Welcome to News in Alberta. This is Special Ed. Today we're looking at my audit of Canna Cabana in Cold Lake, Alberta. Sorry about the wind noise, but it does get better.
News in Alberta with Special Ed. Today we're going to be doing an audit of Cabana in Cold Lake. We did the one in Cold Lake North before, and this is Cold Lake South. The reason why I'm in Cold Lake, and I'm going to be in Cold Lake quite a few times, because Cold Lake, the city of Cold Lake, is where I was arrested for obstruction, for not giving my ID. And then Officer Michael Buxey searched my vehicle unlawfully, and when I told him I didn't consent to a search, he said he was not searching, he was looking for my ID. And later at the station, I still wouldn't give my ID, and he told me that if I want the medication that I needed, that I'd have to give him my name. So, me needing my medication, I finally gave him my name. I have a court date on July 15th for this. I did put in a complaint about the search to the RCMP, and they told me that it will be sent to the precinct here in Cold Lake for review. And of course, when I went directly to the precinct, they didn't want to give me Michael Buxey's name, badge number. They told me to do the request online, and they told me, isn't it funny that you want his name but you wouldn't give yours? So yeah, so I have all that on my page if you guys want to look back. The full video for that audit is going to be out in a few weeks here, but some of the shorts have been out, so we have a customer inside that already went to get a worker, so this was quick. I forgot my mic at home on the charger, so I have no mic, so you might hear a lot of background wind, and I'm sorry about that. I searched my whole backpack and everything. My whole backpack is a mess because they searched my backpack. Also, this Michael Buxey, when he searched my vehicle looking for my ID, he emptied my whole backpack in the back of my car. So I'll try to stay as long as I can here. I am disabled, and today is very painful, so I'll try to do what I can.
Hi, can I just inquire what you're doing?
I'm working on a project.
Okay, what's the project?
I'm not going to get into that.
Okay, you are currently filming the business, though. My customers are not comfortable with you filming them as they're walking in.
I'm filming from public property, so...
Okay, and you're not going to disclose as to why?
No.
Okay, that's okay. I will just contact my law. Thank you.
I know I should be educating about Section 2B of the Charter and the Alberta constitution and everything. I do that to the cops mostly, or to the owner. I don't do that to every employee. But I'm trying to be more. I was told I wasn't educational enough, so I'm trying to be more educational. As you can see, there's a pool right beside me. I am not blocking the sidewalk, so I'm not obstructing anything. I'm filming from the sidewalk, which is public property. Let's see if the cops do better this time if they're called, or if they're gonna threaten me again. Cold Lake North, I had quite the owner yelling at me for filming the store, and I think it's the same owner if I'm not mistaken. I do have my body cam on today. I do have my camera on my glasses that I only turn on when cops get here, because my battery is getting not lasting very long on that camera, so I just want something in case they take my camera or my phone away here on my tripod, that I have something to film them with. They don't seem to have cameras outside the store. They seem to have cameras inside the store with the signs right here. There's this sign right down here. And there's another sign in the door right there. And they ID under 40, so if you look under 40, they'll ID you. I don't know how true that is, but it's what they claim. Municipal enforcement vehicle that just passed by. So we're on the old main street here in Cold Lake, which used to be known as Grand Center. Cold Lake South used to be known as Grand Center. Cold Lake North used to be known as Cold Lake, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a credit union right there that I'd have to do it one day. Very windy, so hopefully you guys can hear me. Windiest day I've done an audit, and I don't have my mic with my sock. So the cop station is behind me, just a couple of streets back. You won't see it. I can't see it from here, but it is. So I lived in Cold Lake many years ago. Over 10 years ago. I lived here for a little while. And that's the same woman, I believe. I was there last time. I'm going to be hitting Cold Lake as much as I can when I'm around the area. Just because they arrested me, so I want to see how things go with these cops. I'm trying to cover my phone with myself from the wind, so hopefully you don't get too much sound. I hate not having my mic and the sock on it, the wind sock. And they're putting down the blinds. Yeah, that's just because of me. And they put down their garage door blinds. Not that I was up to the window filming inside, but right up to that window and look inside. There's a sidewalk goes right up to the building, but I don't. It's not the things that I do when I do a audit. This wind is crazy. I know I'm going to get a lot of wind noise. I wanted to do a second audit today in Cold Lake, but because I forgot my mic, I might not do it, and next time I'm around the city. I wanted to do the Lakeland Credit Union that's on the other side of the street here. Lakeland Credit Union is over there. That's the big Credit Union building. It has a sidewalk on two sides. So because I don't have my mic, I might not do that today. I'll come back another day for it. I don't give a fuck. I was arrested before for doing this, so. So apparently they called the police. So I guess they're gonna wait for the police. They're not very far. Like I said before, they're a couple of streets away. I'm not doing anything illegal. What I'm doing is covered under Section 2B of the Charter, and also the Alberta Constitution gives me the right to do this. So let's see if they try to get my ID and violate my rights. I don't feel like getting arrested again, so I'll take a threat of arrest. A threat of arrest for my ID is enough to make a complaint. I'm still thinking if I'm going to file a lawsuit on Michael Buxey for violation of rights. In Canada, violation of rights, they don't do much. The judge asks you if you got injured, and if you didn't, well, they don't care much about your rights. So but in Alberta, you can sue up to 100,000 without a lawyer. It's the only province you can do so, and you just pay for the paperwork and stuff like that, and you claim your own lawsuit. But legal aid is not free in Alberta. It's basically a loan, so I have to pay it back. And being on disability, it's hard for me to pay the lawyers back. So There's a nice flower shop next door to it. Beautiful in there. Above and Beyond, it's called, I guess. That's what it says on the little sign. It doesn't have a sign on the building, but it has a little, beautiful little trailer sign right there. That's pretty. The sign might be touched or repainted a bit. Hard to read. I've been here 22 minutes. I don't see police or anything. They did close the window or the shutter, which is good. It's just how you get your privacy. I'm not gonna stand here too long more. Like I said, I have quite a bit of pain today. I did a lot of things at home yesterday, more than I should do, so I woke up in quite a bit of pain. Thank you. Quite a few times I did audits in Cold Lake where they called the cops, and the cops wouldn't even show up for filming in public. Of course, the one time they show up, they arrest me, but you know. There are a lot of curious people around. Now, this is the old main street. Highway 27 now cuts through Cold Lake, goes from Cold Lake South to Cold Lake North. There's the main highway, that's the road over there. That's where most of the traffic is. The mall is on that street. A lot of the stuff is on that road. So Main Street is not that busy here. It's a beautiful main street. A lot of beautiful stuff. Maybe one day we'll do an audit just walking up and down the street here, and just to see, you know, what people think of being filmed in public. Like I said, the cops are only a couple of streets over, so if they haven't come yet, they're probably not coming. Could be coming from that intersection right there. This intersection right here. And over there, the red building that you see in the picture is City Hall. I've done City Hall here before, and the cops didn't show up, but code enforcement showed up and asking for my ID. So I don't know what code enforcement's had to do with me filming in public, but apparently they thought that it was part of their job. So there are kids coming, so I try not to get kids in my video as much as I can. Not that it's illegal to film them, but there are two of the jets pedestals. As if you keep going down that road over there, that brings you to the military base. Good.
Mind if I ask if you're working on a channel or anything like that?
I do have a channel, yeah.
Ah, that's good. Mind if I ask what it is?
Yeah, I don't give it out while I'm working.
Oh, fair. Well,
Yeah.
thank you anyway.
No problem. I do get a bit out sometimes when I'm working, but didn't feel like it today. Sometimes I give out business cards, sometimes I don't. And the woman came back to the door on the phone again. Last time I did the store in Cold Lake North, the owner came out yelling and bitching at me, and I didn't take that with the most gracious way I could, I guess, but yeah. I do have a short fuse, so. Oh, there's a police car coming out over there. Right there we have a police vehicle. Let's see who's in it. He's probably going to turn around and park right beside me or right behind me here. As I said, he's right there. His computer is down, which is good. CE 103. $1.49. Very surprised for a pot shop that they don't have cameras outside. Hi.
So I understand that you are in a public spot here and everything. The business is just indicating that they feel disrupted, and that they've had customers coming in saying that they're upset by your presence here. I'm not telling you to leave. You're free to film in public. Just kind of passing it on with the business's request.
Okay. What's your name and badge number?
My name, it's right there. It's Constable Mackey. My badge number is 68410. Okay.
Okay.
So, again, you're free to film, and they're just asking if you could move like down away a little bit so you're not right at the entrance for the AGLC area.
I am not right at the entrance. I'm pretty far from the entrance.
Again, I'm just communicating what they said to me, and I'm passing it on to you. Okay.
Okay.
So, again, I understand you're in public and you're filming, and you can do that. But then you have to also understand that from their perspective too, with you covering your face and wearing kind of covered knuckle gloves, you might be intimidating to them. So just be aware of your presence and your optics for them. And obviously they called us here because they were upset. Okay.
Okay.
So just pass that on. You have a good rest of your day. Okay.
Yep. I'm not going to be here much longer. It's getting too painful for me just to stand here, so once the cop leaves, I'll give it a few minutes and then I'll head out. He did pretty good. He didn't try to violate my rights or anything like that, like Michael Buxey did. But Alright guys, I guess that's gonna be it for today. A little too sore to do anything else, so
Don't film me. I just want to know what you're doing.
I'm just filming in public.
What?
Just filming in public.
But like, why? I don't care. I'm just wondering why.
Just, practicing my rights. Filming in public and working on a project.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious. All right, just don't film me.
Thanks. It was just a business next door. Well guys, this is Special Ed out.
What do you think of this audit? Sorry about the wind noise again. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.